Congress couldn't agree on a budget deal earlier this spring, but that isn't stopping them from passing spending bills and continuing to run up the debt on the American people. This week, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives will consider the largest energy and water appropriations bill in the history of that chamber. If passed, the bill would spend $259 million more than last year's bill and $168 million more than President Obama asked for. Not to be outdone, the Republican-controlled Senate has already passed its version of the bill by a vote of 90-8. The Senate bill is even more egregious, adding $355 million on top of last year's numbers, which is a whopping $261 million more than the president requested. But you say, surely Republicans are getting something in exchange. Well, if history's any indicator, the answer is probably not. GOP leadership in the Senate already caved on amendments dealing with the controversial EPA rule and a water measure that would help prevent Iran from building nuclear weapons. It seems the objective of Republican leadership on the Hill is simply to pass appropriation bills. They want to show they can govern. But this kind of governing has nothing to do with reducing spending. And we've watched this show before. President Obama threatens to veto, the GOP backs down, spending goes up, regulations increase. And this may be only the beginning of the summer spending spree, as there are 11 more appropriation bills to go. And because President Obama himself is fully engaged in budget gimmickry. The White House says it needs almost $2 billion to fight the ZIKA virus. But instead of pulling from the almost $80 billion sitting at the Department of State, Health and Human Services, and other agencies that could be used for such efforts, the administration wants new money. Well, of course they do. Not surprisingly, most Americans don't think all the spending is such a good idea. A national survey conducted by the American Perceptions Initiative found that 73% of voters, including majorities of Republicans, Independents, and Democrats, say Congress should not increase spending. But as voters seem to be noticing, Washington lawmakers aren't listening. And that is why our debt now exceeds $19 trillion.